Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back again with another video. So I know it's been a while since I had made a video on the audio, but I wanted to just come on here, you guys. Not going to be on for too long. If this is you guys' first time watching me, my name is Joy, and I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys, I did just want to touch on something interesting. Mother's Day is coming up. Holiday time, so a lot of the narcissists are lurking, and they want supply. A lot of them, they're always trying to steal stuff and take things, and control things and manipulate, and just really kind of control the narrative, right? Control the situation, so I just want you guys just to be mindful during this time of the year, with it being spring and summer and the holidays is coming up. Just be mindful of narcissistic people that could be around you, and how a lot of them not only try to steal from you. And the reason why they try to steal from you, because a lot of times, the narcissist is low on energy for a lot of them. A lot of times also, they could be, comparing themselves to you, or, they may feel like you got something that they want or something like that. Or they may feel like, you have things about yourself that the narcissist doesn't have. And so sometimes the narcissist may feel like they want to take that from you, right? And so just be mindful that a lot of times the narcissist, they will steal from you, right? They will literally steal from you, and a lot of times it may not even be material stuff. For sometimes it may be, so of course always guard your stuff. But in other ways in which the narcissist could try to steal from you, they could be trying to steal your energy. They could be trying to steal like your mood, like try to get you upset, or try to make you feel frustrated, or try to make you feel sad and down and out in the dumps. Or they could be trying to make you feel depressed, or make you feel anxiety. A lot of times they may try to make you feel fearful. And really the biggest reason is because, again, the narcissists, they could feel low about themselves, right? A lot of them, they hate themselves. They are miserable. A lot of them feel a lot of regret, a lot of anger and bitterness. And so, that's the reason why a lot of times a narcissist wants to steal from you, because they want what you have. They want to take things from you. A lot of times, they feel less than, and also the other thing is that they refuse to heal. So, the narcissist wants to take from you, especially, if you're completely opposite of the narcissist. They want to take from you because they're like, oh well, they have what I want, or they have something that I don't have, and I don't want to do the work in order to get it, so I'm just going to take it from them instead. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times some narcissists, they will do that. And this could also be parents too, like your narcissistic parents. They could want to take stuff from you, like they may want to stop you from living your life. They may want to hold you back and don't want to see you reach your fullest potential, so they can steal your time. They can steal, your youthfulness. They could steal, opportunities. They may say, hey, don't do this, or hey, don't do that. I don't think that's a great idea. You guys know, I told you, like, I would ask my aunt like a lot of stuff. Like I would ask for her advice, or I would ask for her recommendation. And she was the worst person to ask, right? Because for one, she's a narcissist, and two, she's a hater, and three, she doesn't have the best intentions, right? So you always want to be careful, because it's normal to ask for advice, right? It's normal to look for guidance. It's normal to look for support and clarity and things like that. You should want to do that. You should want to seek support. You should want to seek a sense of direction, a sense of clarity. That's really important. That's something that I even do myself. So, but you have to be careful of the people that you're asking for help from, and the people that you're seeking guidance from and seeking counsel from, because sometimes people don't have your best intentions. Sometimes people will give you bad advice. Sometimes people will steer you in the wrong direction on purpose, especially if it's narcissistic parents or narcissistic in-laws. And maybe sometimes narcissistic friends are just toxic friends that don't have your best interests. So just be careful, you guys. You have to be mindful of who you are, asking for advice from. But yes, just be mindful that, like I said, the narcissist refuses to heal. They don't want to heal. They don't care about that. They don't want to do no inner work. They prefer to be angry, right? They prefer to be bitter. They prefer to be lazy and not, work for the stuff that they are trying to get from you, possibly, right? Or whoever it is that's their target, right? Because sometimes the narcissist, they'll choose certain people, right? Or, again, if the narcissist feels like you've done something to them, like maybe you've given them a narcissistic injury, then they're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, now I'm gonna take this from them, or no, I'm gonna take this, like, whatever the case is, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you just want to be mindful of that, right? And like I said, that they may try to steal your energy. So just be careful of the people that you're around. Make sure, you're around good people that have the same type of vibe as yourself. They have the best intentions. They're not jealous of you. They're not envious. They're not a hater, low key. They're actually genuinely, happy for you, or they want to see you, do well, or whatever the case is. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because again, you do have people that are good actors, right? You got narcissists out there. I mean, I gotta give them credit. Narcissists are really good actors, so you have to, people will always review their intentions in due time. So that's why I think I made a video talking about true colors. So no need to worry on that. If you have a feeling that maybe, an individual around you could be a narcissist, 9 times out of 10, they probably are. And it's probably due to your intuition telling you, or maybe your gut has been telling you. It could have been the way that they treated you, the way that you feel when you're around them, how your energy levels are. Are you feeling high on energy, or do your energy levels like sink, like after you're dealing with them, or do you feel drained? Do you feel tired all the time after you get from dealing with this person? Or sometimes they could try to exhaust you financially. In some cases, a lot of times, narcissists are users, so that sometimes they like to deal with people just to use them for their own selfish personal gain. You get what I'm saying? They like to exploit people. Sometimes they may even try to extort you, or they may try to lie and cheat and, like I said, steal and connive and backstab and sabotage. They'll do a lot of stuff, right? So, and this is all to get to a particular person, or it's all to get something that they feel like that they are entitled to, or something that they're owed, instead of them doing the work, instead of them, moving on with their life and healing and just letting things go. Like, you get what I'm saying? So you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be a person where you're bitter all the time, like you're miserable and you're frustrated, and you're all, maybe you might like with a narcissist, they're always comparing themselves to other people, right? They're always competing. They're always, trying to, like, just be in drama all the time. So you don't want to be that type of person. Trust me, that's a miserable life. I've been around an individual like that. Well, you guys know I've been around narcissists, unfortunately. Luckily, I didn't pick up off of that. I'm just really grateful that I didn't allow situations to change me for the worse. I'm just truly grateful for, like, my ability to think for myself, and my ability to assess situations and not let it change me. You get what I'm saying? But change me for the better, but not for the worse. You get me? So, but yes, hopefully this was helpful. Just a little tip I wanted to share with you guys, just some motivation for you all during this period of time. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and soon to be mothers. I know that unfortunately sometimes, well, depending on, your situation, if you have a narcissistic mother, you may choose to spend time with your narcissistic mother, and others of you choose not to, however you choose to do it, just, protect yourself, keep yourself safe, and guard your heart. And if you have to distance yourself from your narcissistic family members, don't feel bad about it. I just wanted to let you know that it's okay to, be respected. It's okay to set boundaries with toxic individuals, even if they're your family members, even if they're quote unquote your friends or associates or whatever. I mean, you deserve it, right? And don't feel like you have to be obligated to be in, around toxic family members. I know that was the case for me. Like, unfortunately, I did kind of grow up in a toxic environment. And also, for those 5 years, I was living in a narcissistic family household. And luckily I did survive. And I'm just really grateful for the experience, and just wanted to continue to help others, kind of navigate those type of situations, and how not to let it affect them in a negative way. Because it's easy to just be like, oh, you know what, if I was abused by a narcissist, I'm going to be a narcissist. Or if I was betrayed or I was taken advantage of, I'm going to do that to everybody else. It's easier to do that. You get what I'm saying? But what takes courage, it takes strength to be like, you know what? No, like, I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be better instead. Right. And some people are like, oh, that's whack. Like, don't do that. But that's just me. So that's what we do on this channel, so, but anyway, I hope that this video was helpful. Just be careful to guard yourself, guard your energy, guard your mind, guard your thoughts, guard your space, guard your life, and keep close to God. That's really the biggest way that you can keep the narcissist away from you, right? Because the narcissists don't want to be around people that are close to God, because the narcissist is they're surrounded by an entity of negativity, which is, toxicity and, chaos and devilish behavior, right? And so, if you are the opposite of that, then the narcissist, for one, they're gonna definitely try to steal from you, because you have something that they don't, right? But you're gonna keep away from the narcissist. The more you heal, the more you develop yourself, and the more you really find out, your insecurities. You work on your wounds, your traumas. You don't have anything for the narcissist. They have to pick another victim, someone that's, on their same level playing, right? So just keep healing, you guys. Take it one day at a time. Don't feel like you have to do it overnight. And again, please don't feel like you have to do it alone. Reach out to me if you ever, need any support, any guidance, any reassurance, any confirmation. I would love to support you guys any way that I can. Again, stay strong, stay narc free, or, just keep your distance, keep no contact, and just keep keeping on. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.